an update on the devastation, the destruction in Jacksboro, where we stand now, the cleanup, and what needs to happen from here.
HAYNES, I'm the Chief of Police for the Jacksboro Police Department. Thank you for being here this morning. Before we get started, I just want to personally thank our community in Jack County for the work that they did yesterday. You guys see the destruction behind me, and we have a lot of work to do. But the response from our community, them following our commands, seeking shelter when they knew that something was about to happen, we're very blessed in our community to have little to no injuries, and that's a blessing, and we're thankful for that. We got a lot of work to do. We're a resilient community, and we're gonna bounce back, and everything's gonna be good for us. So thank you for being here. I'm going to introduce Mr. Frank HEFNER, our Jack County Emergency Management Coordinator, and he's going to bring you up to speed on where we're at right now. Frank?
Thank you all for coming and being here today. My name is Frank HEFNER. I am the Jack County Emergency Management Coordinator. Before I get started on giving you just some overhead details just real quick, let me just say this publicly, that I believe in God, and God's amazing grace was here at our community yesterday through this situation and what we had facing us. And when you can walk away and say that so far we've seen no major injuries and no deaths with the devastation of what we're seeing in our community and around our county, God's hand was at work at keeping protection. And that was wonderful to watch that take place. And once again, I have to applaud our school districts for the work that they did in making sure that their staff, our students, all of our kids were safe and well taken care of. Let me remind you that yesterday about 3:10 we did have a tornado warning that came through our county. We were chasing this storm down, working the cell, and about 3:15 we started seeing debris that was showing to be evident of tornado situations. We continued to chase that through the following it, and then we ended up finding out that Jacksboro and southwest of Jacksboro took a direct hit with high wind and looks like tornado situation in our community. Now, with that being said, we want to remind everybody, that is all of our neighbors, all of our residents that took a direct hit, please be patient with us. We are working to make sure that, number one, that everyone is safe, and we're making sure that everyone is well taken care of. With that being said, we are still on a high safety alert. We're making sure that the power lines are dealt with, that the gas lines are not leaking. And so be patient with us, and if you can, please do not, if you do not have any means to get into that area or any reason because you do not live there, please stay away so the workers can do what they need to do. And so we will work on that today as daybreak hits, and so we want to make sure that safety is a priority, and that way we can get some work done to get our residents back as close to possible to their property as possible. If there was damage to your property, we want to make sure that you know that there is a way to report that and to help us report that to get an assessment done. TDMS Texas Department of Emergency Management has set up a place for us on a website that's called damage.tdm.texas.gov. That's damage.tdm.texas.gov. And if you have any damage, whether if it be major, minor, it doesn't matter at this point, please report that to that site, and that will help us get an assessment to realize where we're at and what level of impact that we have to our communities. Also, my office will be available with phones. That will be at 940-567-2259, 940-567-2259. We will have that phone up and ready, and for any questions that you have, and we would love to be able to answer those for you and help you as much as we possibly can. But once again, please be patient with us, and we are working on your behalf to hopefully get you back into your areas respectively. Okay, I'm going to give a mic over to our county judge, to our county judge, and Brian Keith Humphreys, and I'm going to have him come up and speak again.
Good morning. My name is Judge Brian Keith Humphreys, and I am the Jack County Judge. I just want to personally say thank you to each and every one of our supporting communities that came and rallied around Jack County and the city of Jacksboro. In just a very short few minutes after this tornado struck our community, we had our fellow neighbors that reached out in force to support us. Clay County, Young County, Wise County, Palo Pinto County. Our fellow first responders were here immediately to help us assess the damage and to provide first responder care to those that were injured, and to make sure those that lost their lives or lost their homes basically had a place to go, and we got them some shelter. And so I want to say special thanks to the Texas Department of Public Safety for their support, TDM's, the governor's office, and thank you very much for our surrounding communities for that support. This morning is going to be a new day. The sun's going to rise, and this community is going to rally together.
All right, you are listening in right now to emergency officials there in Jacksboro, Jack County, giving an update on the situation. The good news in all of this, we know there were little to no injuries reported as that tornado swept through, but we know that the damage is extensive